Once the telescope is mounted on the tripod, then what we'll do is concentrate our attention on the setting circle. In this area we will have the right ascension setting circle, and then along this area we will find the declination setting circle. Here you can see the right ascension setting circle. Notice that's movable so that we can set it according to the time. This is the declination lock, the right ascension lock, and this particular knob will allow us to slew the telescope manually. And right here is an index which then shows us exactly what right ascension we're pointing to. Here we have the declination setting circle. Here's another index. You'll notice as we move the telescope, the setting circle moves with the telescope. For example, when we're looking straight up overhead, the setting circle is giving us an indication, but the setting circle is also movable so that we can calibrate it whenever we wish. Once it's calibrated, it's locked in position and it will move with the telescope in declination, north or south. These are the fork arms, and if you'll notice the direction they're pointing, if you follow this continually upwards, it will indeed point to Polaris, the North Star. Again, the telescope will move in right ascension, east or west, and in declination, north or south. This piece of equipment is called the wedge on which the telescope rests. This is the first piece of equipment you set up. If you'll notice, there's a calibrated scale here, and this scale is calibrated in terms of latitude. And since we're approximately 32 degrees latitude, this wedge is at that latitude, which causes the whole telescope to be seated such that the fork arms look toward the north celestial pole. This is the back end of the telescope. Here we have the right angle viewfinder, and here is the main eyepiece assembly. The telescope right now is pointing toward the meridian, looking south. This is the knob which controls the focus of the telescope. So by moving this from clockwise or counterclockwise, it moves the entire mirror assembly backward and forward for focus. Now let's go take a look at the business end of the telescope up front. Cover. This covers the main entrance of the telescope where the light is initially collected. So this cover should be on until you're ready to use the instrument. Here you can see where the secondary mirror is located. Here is the corrector plate, as it's called, and back down inside there you can see a reflection. That's the main collecting mirror in the back. And there you have it, the entire Schmidt-Cassegrain type telescope. When you're through, cover goes back on.